Rallies, vigils, and protests mark 1 year since the October 7th Hamas attack in Israel that killed more than 1,200 people. Thousands are expected tonight at an event called LA Remembers.
It's set to begin just over an hour now from Beverly Hills. We have team coverage. Ed Lascos is at that Beverly Hills event. But let's start with Fox 11's Christina Gonzalez talking about how police are stepping up security, and there's some activity right now in Westwood.
Yeah, we actually have a rather large rally here at UCLA. Let me step out of the way because they're actually walking towards us. These are students, Palestine students for the liberation of Palestine. It's the larger group here, although there are quite a few groups out here. And they were having a gathering at 4 o'clock. We've got about 300 people, and they just started to march. They weren't supposed to. Keep in mind that there's security all around here because on the other side, there's pro-Israeli students also having an event. Let's show you what's been looking like today. A pro-Palestinian rally at UCLA, not far from where pro-Jewish students groups have set up flag memorials remembering the victims of the October 7th attack on Israel. Extra security on the Westwood campus, as well as USC in downtown LA, where this was happening.
Gonna block some traffic.
Pro-Palestinian marches, timed to coincide with a day being remembered by Jews all over the city. On Pico and Robertson.
We have officers out here on horseback, on foot, and in vehicles. This is a community that has reached out to us and said, look, we're in fear. This is a big anniversary for us.
Why one resident says she decided to hang out near her son's school today.
I came here today. I just said I'm going to walk.
Do you feel better seeing the police out here? Do you get concerned about safety here?
I'm so happy, and thank you for LAPD. I feel much better and much safer for my kids, for the Jewish community.
It's an unfortunate reality of what it means to be Jewish today.
The senior rabbi of the Wilshire Boulevard Temple at a remembrance event showcasing Israel-bound ambulances donated by locals. Their visits to LA area schools today low-key due to security concerns as they try to avoid protesters. At UCLA, security hoping to keep both sides away from one another. Well, we'll see if that's going to happen, and I'll tell you why. You see the front of the protest here, they stopped. James, can you show them what's happening behind us in the buildings over here? These are some of the buildings where they're beginning to actually put out signs. Now, where these marchers are going, we're not being told, but keep in mind that there is a group of pro-Israeli students who are setting up their own event where the flags were. And we've already had a couple little skirmishes with flags, small things, but at some point tonight, when they start marching, we're going to have to see what happens. We're going to stay here. We're going to keep our eye on it. In the meantime, I know Ed Lascos is in Beverly Hills at a huge event to mark this event tonight. Ed, how's it going over there?
Oh, Christina, much different scene over here, a much quieter scene at this point. It's the Saban Theater run off Wilshire Boulevard. Ellie will give you a quick look around. We're still a couple of hours away from showtime here, if you will, but the marquee says it all in front of the theater. LA remembers, and that date, October 7th, a grim anniversary 1 year ago on this very day. Security very tight in front of the theater. Again, a few hours before the VIPs and the crowd arise. Everybody's going to have to go through the metal detectors, taking no chances here, of course, because lots of high emotions. Special evening, and over here, this is what we'll be talking about. This billboard says it all. Some of what we'll be hearing, a true story of remarkable heroism on October 7th, hearing from some of the people who were involved at that music festival when the violence, the attack happened. Also expected to hear some of the folks who have relatives taken as hostages in that attack. They're coming flying into the area to talk about how they're feeling, how they're dealing with this last year. And then Mayor Karen Bass expected to be one of the VIP speakers here this evening, along with several leaders of the Jewish community. The mayor pushing again, anti-Semitism, as she says, has no place absolutely in LA. We'll set the scene again for you, see here in a half hour. For now, we're live Beverly Hills. Back to the west side we go.
All right, Ed, thank you. More on this on the first anniversary of the October 7th attack. President Biden reiterated America's support for Israel. There was criticism on the other side over his, some say, silence on the Israeli offensive in Gaza. Nearly 42,000 Palestinians have been killed by Israeli forces. There are international calls for a ceasefire, but Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu remains steadfast in his U.S.-backed war on Gaza, the West Bank, Lebanon, Syria, and Iran. Hostages are still being held. Talks for ceasefire and hostage release are currently at a standstill.